Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on the severe storms that are set to return to the Quad Cities on Monday, which Monday has already passed. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says the Storm Track 8 weather team is tracking a significant storm system for early next week. Oh, Slakia. I thought they were talking about last week, but it says next week. Early next week, that will likely bring another round of severe weather to the Quad Cities on Monday and Tuesday. Salakia. It's a strong area of low pressure associated with a fast-moving jet stream will approach our region on Monday, possibly lasting into Tuesday. Enough dynamics appear to support severe thunderstorm development, with coverage possibly being quite widespread. It says some uncertainty remains in the exact timing of when storms will arrive, as there may be more than one round from Monday into Tuesday. We will learn more regarding which areas will see wind, hail, and possible tornadoes, along with more precise timing of the storms as we head into the upcoming weekend. And so this is what the Lord is doing. The Lord is bringing these non-stop storms and tempests. You know, the rain, the lightning, the hail, the tornadoes. And through the Spirit, you know, myself and other brothers have been saying that, hey, once it gets summer, you know, these storms and tempests are going to increase. Not only are we going to be getting tornadoes, but you're going to get hurricanes too. So it's just a lot of destruction, a lot of judgment, you know, via these storms and tempests is going to be taking place. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And this summer, you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot more earthquakes, a lot more storms and tempests, and definitely a lot more fires. Wildfires, brush fires, forest fires. You know, welcome to the last days. You know. Isaiah 28:2, behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And that's what's going to be happening. Hailstorms, destructive storms, you know, like powerful windstorms that like tear the roof off of homes. You know, a lot of flooding from all the rain. You know, destructive tornadoes. That's the time and season that we have entered into. Psalms 11:6, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And when you look up the definition of tempest, it's a violent windy storm, such as hurricanes or tornadoes. And best believe this summer is going to be jam-packed with hurricanes and tornadoes. That's just what it is. There's nothing that can be done to stop the will of the Lord from coming to pass. And the will of the Lord is for a lot of destruction upon this place. Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And with all of these tornadoes, hurricanes, hailstorms, torrential rainstorms, lightning storms that are going to be taking place, that's just proof that the Lord is doing exactly this. He is persecuting them. These countries, these cities, these towns, with his storms and tempests. Things are about to get very dangerous out here. Hebrews 10:31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right. When you've heard the stories or read about them, of tornadoes touching down and wiping out like whole towns, whole towns getting flooded due to torrential rain and poor drainage systems, fires just sweeping through, destroying everything. Like, the Lord is really not playing around in these last days. And it's being shown through his judgments. And the Lord is just going to keep piling on the judgments, causing more deaths and more destruction. Second Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And that's right. Times full of danger. And we are 100% living in those times, in those dangerous times, those dangerous, hazardous, unsafe times. See, those of us of the hopeful elect, we fear the Lord. So we're not worried about, really being affected too much by these events. Sucky. Proverbs 19:23, the fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. And that's right. If you're out here fearing the Lord, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, watching, reading, praying, fasting, then the Lord, he's going to look out for you. As long as you continue to do the things which according to the scriptures are pleasing in the sight of the Lord, he's going to continue to take care of you and your loved ones. So we don't really have to worry about these things. Like, they're going to happen, but the Lord is going to keep his hedge of protection over us. It's these wicked people whom the Lord is angry with who are really going to be affected by it. Whose homes are going to get destroyed, whose loved ones are going to get killed. That's the judgment of the Lord upon these people. Because like it says in Psalm 7:11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So when the Lord sends these destructive tornadoes that destroy multiple homes and kill a bunch of people, or the Lord sends torrential rain that causes a bunch of flooding that kills a bunch of people, that's just judgment, Like it says in Psalms 9 and 16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands, Higayon Selah. So these storms and tempests are merely judgments from the Lord. It's not has nothing to do with no Mother Nature, climate change, global warming. This is all the Heavenly Father's judgment being brought upon the earth as punishment for the wickedness of these people. And that's why, I've been saying, as beautiful as the days may get, as we get further into summer, we of the hopeful elect have to remain circumspect. We can't, be getting caught up out here, not paying attention. Because that's what happens. A lot of, the weather gets nice and people, they stop paying attention. Not that most people are paying attention anyway, but, some people, when the weather is cold, they'll be more attentive, I guess, to the weather and things that are going on. Once it starts getting nice, though, everyone's going on vacation and all of that, and they become a lot more careless. And that opens you up for judgment. So those of us of the hopeful elect, you can enjoy the beautiful weather, but just stay circumspect, stay locked in, because you never know when the Lord is going to bring judgment. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakudash. The Wadi Habashim Yahushai for putting his spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.